So thank you very much, and thank you very much to Guido to give us a little bit more time and more space. We appreciate this from PMI, of course, but any joke. So it's a pleasure to be here with you and to introduce you a little bit on how we are trying to approach things slightly differently and to build to what I think the industry has already done very well. Like this. So first of all, I started introducing myself and Paul. I'm Italian, 26-year experience, coming from FMCG. So I work in laundry home care, personal care, healthcare OTC, so completely different experience. Paul, again, similar type of experience, different companies, different FMCG. We joined this industry to really help on the movement towards healthier future that clearly the industry is doing, and we see very competent companies and very good presentations. So as a company, we have framed our approach, and as a mission, we are trying to go to a healthier future, but still delivering a moment of pleasure and relaxation for our consumer. If you don't deliver pleasure and relaxation, you are not able to shift the consumer to an healthier future. So that's the part where we really focus is on consumer. We are the fourth global tobacco company, and since 2-3 years we restarted our focus on new generation products, and we introduced and revamped the 3 line of products around heated tobacco with Pulse, around vaping with Blue, and with the Zone and Zone X for modern oral nicotine. You have seen this graph, and here I wanted to make just a couple of comments. Being still an external person, I took a responsibility on innovation and R&D in Imperial Brands 2 years ago. My consideration is the industry is doing a very big job on science. So is the standard I would see in healthcare. So really biological, clinical test, very professional science. I'm talking on Imperial Brand internally, but I saw a presentation from PMI, BAT, GTI, very, very professional. And did a good decision to move out of cigarettes, not to try to improve cigarettes and to go to new generation products and to go out of combustion. So of course this has been led by PMI, BAT and GTI later. Very, very good choices. There are area of opportunities, in my view, in keeping improving the technology. I think more can be done, but in 2-3 areas. One area that I'm advocating, but I will not discuss today, is collaboration. Cross-industry collaboration to create standards in collaboration with authorities. This more can be done because we are full. I've not seen an industry with so illegal products on the market. That to me are a big problem. So that is one area. The other area is collaboration and partnership with innovators and with the consumer. And this is the part where I would like to talk a little bit more. Why we want to do that? Because on the other side, the part where there is opportunity, the shift towards the new products is a little bit slow. I can say, coming from FMCG, if you have products that are really desirable and delivering in potentially harm reduction, the shift should be faster. So there is still more work to be done in this area. And the approach that we are using is consumer co-ideation, where really we are trying to co-ideate at any point during product development with the consumer. We connect this clearly with technology that can improve 2 things. Harm reduction, so focusing on harm reduction, but focusing on desirability, and really product the consumer would like to use, would like to move to. And the last part, to do this, we include partners. For us, we don't work with suppliers. The partners that are selected are part of our product development from beginning, even before we have a brief. So they generate the brief with us and they work with the consumer. I hand over now to Paul, that will tell you a little bit more on what we do, to give a perspective. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, yeah, Paul Ellis. I head up the R&D team at Imperial. Mattia, when you started talking about 26 years, I thought you were going to say you were 26 years old, not 26 years experience in the company. But yeah.
No, that is difficult.
That's okay. So yeah, we've got a short video we'd like to share now, just hopefully bring to life some of the things Mattia has mentioned earlier around consumer co-creation, how we do an iterative approach with our product development as well. So we'll click to the video and then we'll have a few more slides to talk about that in a bit more detail as well. One more click and hopefully the video will start. Oh, no sound.
We can talk over, but it would be better with the
Much better.
Otherwise, we can talk through the video. Maybe you can do that as well.
We've got time if you want to start again.
I think
Let's go back and we talk through this. I can
give him a minute. Give him a minute.
So just while we wait, what I can say here, what we are doing, we are taking the best practice from agility and the way to interact with the consumer that are coming from practices, if you are familiar, of Procter & Gamble, J&J, Google, and other companies on how you really coordinate with consumer and partners. And you avoid that a technical person is making assumption on features and way of using the product, and at each point in time you interact with the consumer. This is really helping to remove some of the barriers that the consumer are having. I'm not a user. When I started, I tried to use the product with zero nicotine to start with, and I need to say I was having a lot of disappointment in many areas. One of the questions we were asking why women don't use pouches. I tried as a non-user. Is very uncomfortable. So I know there has been a lot of work to make it smaller and more appealing, but I think there is a lot needs to be done to improve the way the products are really used by the consumer, on top of the science, but on the science I think a lot has been done. We can try one more time. Yeah, no problem.
Get back and then forward.
I was taking time while in order to avoid the get bored. We will explain.
The Northwest is one of the UK's leading technology hubs, and we're in the beating heart of it, right here in Liverpool. I'm Amanda Gobby, Senior Research Manager in Global Sensory and Consumer Science. Here at our centre, we're connecting our products with consumers in a really meaningful way. It's a place for our researchers and product development teams to interact together closer than ever before, to get into the mind of consumers and make sense of what they want.
I'm Tom Sudlow, industrial designer in the design team. We start with a problem or a question to tackle. We might then build prototypes, a technique designed to quickly test ideas out with consumers. Here, we want to understand what consumers might think so we can improve it before we then develop it further. We use 3D CAD design to bring concepts to life digitally, using technologies such as augmented and virtual reality, and physically using rapid prototyping technologies such as 3D printing. Using these techniques, we can test the aesthetic appeal of products, from their shape, colour, their materials, through to their functionality and use. We then move on to the technical feasibility in our development workshop, where our team of electronic, mechanical and packaging engineers collaborate to rigorously test materials, finishes, electronics, mechanics and performance, as well as new packaging and print technologies. This entire team, working together, have direct access to consumers, from concept all the way through to prototype in hand, ensuring they are on track, building the right thing.
I'm Jill Jones, Head of Formulation and Processing. We understand that both flavour and experience are key to attract adult consumers into the category. Therefore, it is important that we adopt an innovative approach to developing technologies and formulations for the liquids, powders and plant substrates in our products. Just like the design team, the team of formulation and process scientists in our pilot lab experiment with brand new ideas, creating prototypes and lab batches to test with consumers in our sense hub and at home. And throughout this process, we work very closely with the science teams to rigorously test our products to make sure they meet our quality, safety and efficacy standards. Being so close to the consumer with the new capabilities we have in sense hub, we're able to better understand the product in use, quickly iterate based on rapid feedback and data, and ultimately deliver an even more satisfying flavour and product experience. We've already done a huge amount of work here, and there's more to come, so watch this space.
We're now able to develop consumer understanding in minutes and hours rather than weeks and months. I'm incredibly excited about the capability we're building here, but this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what we'll be able to achieve in the future.
So a few more slides, just to give a little bit more detail in terms of what we've been, our journey over the last few years and how we've built up our capabilities to be able to do this. So we already had our facility in the US, our sensory facility, but we've recently built or created new innovation hubs in 3 centres as well. So we have in Liverpool, we have our innovation hub, a sense hub where we work with consumers and also do a lot of focus on our new generation products. We have a sense hub as well as our R&D team based in Hamburg, who have a lot of focus on our heated tobacco stick development. And the most recent facility that we opened in Shenzhen, which really enables us to work closely with our technology partners and enable that sort of seamless collaboration. And having those next to us, some of our technology partners, we're able to work very quickly with those guys rather than having to transport things across the world to be able to do some of these things. So in terms of our approach, you heard about it, Mattia talked about it, it was also in the video as well. We operate agile processes and agile practices. So what we tend to do is we set up small cross-functional teams who are responsible for setting that product vision and also developing that product as well. And we will use our external partners, they're part of our extended team, or they'll be right in there from the start. And through our capabilities, what we're able to do, we're able to work with consumers, testing iteratively new prototypes, pretotypes, to make sure that we're developing the right product before we spend a lot of time developing that final product as well. So a lot of work at that start, making sure that we're developing the right product solution. And a couple of examples we've got here are our herbal licensure sticks recently launched, and our blue bar vape as well, which all work through the agile process. We're also thinking around technology and our technology strategy as well. When we're looking at technologies, we're looking at technologies which are going to work from a harm reduction point of view, but also from a consumer desirability point of view. Both are equally important for the THR story as well. We need something which will work from a THR perspective, but also something which will be pleasurable for people to use as they make that transition as well. And what we're doing here is, as well as we're taking a long-term approach here and looking for technologies and we'll develop those technologies before we get to our product development process as well. And that can help us de-risk our projects as well by making sure a technology is ready before it goes into a product. And this is giving us a focus on the long term as well and helping us to build that long-term sustainable business. So really, to wrap up with sort of the key takeouts from what we've been covering today. One is around collaboration. Collaboration is really important from an internal point of view, cross-functionally. We've always got the consumer and we've always got science in the front of mind in everything we're doing and our conversations and the products that we're developing. The partnership model, we really want to, we really work with people as true partners rather than treating people as suppliers as well. And you can see that in terms of how we collaborate, how we hit these our partners in right in at the start of the projects and really a part of the extended Imperial team. We have the innovation centres, which we shared in Liverpool, in Hamburg, in Shenzhen. That really has the capability of us to bring consumers, the Imperial, and our partners together to be able to co-create and start executing those agile processes. So the agile processes are there, making sure having the consumer at the centre of everything that we do, and we are able to rapidly iterate to make sure that we're developing the right long-term solution, the right product, and also allowing us some time to focus on the long-term solutions too. And then finally, our technology strategy. What we're looking is also from a technology point of view, how we can do things which are new technologies, which we can then develop into our products as well, which will deliver both tobacco harm reduction and also be consumers of desirability as well. So really, that's all from us today. I know there'll be quick time for questions at the end. We have a booth outside, so we'd love to continue that conversation. If you have any questions you want to talk to us about our consumer-centric approach to science innovation, look forward to speaking later. Thank you.